Good morning everyone, how are we doing? So today this video is aimed at professionals in education, senior leaders, mental health and wellbeing leads, teachers. So if you are someone who is working in education with a passion for mental health and wellbeing and creating and developing strategies in school to support mental health and wellbeing for all, or you know someone who's in education who is looking to develop mental health and wellbeing strategies, then please do share away and get in touch. But today I'm going to be talking about September, the return to school in September, and what it is I do, I suppose, and how I can help. So I'll start with the underlying panic that we all sort of felt, or everyone sort of felt at the beginning of COVID, which was, what about the education that the children are missing? They're going to fall behind. What are we going to do about it? So that's continued really, to the point where now the government have pledged to pump £1 billion into supporting the catch-up programme, which is great. You know, these gaps will need plugging, and there will need to be a catch-up. So it's fantastic that's being addressed. The government have also addressed the mental health and wellbeing strategies need to develop in schools, so they are obviously putting funding into that too. They are working with charities and they are creating free online programs. They're creating modules for teachers to follow to teach mental health and wellbeing, which is all fantastic as well. So I do urge you to go and seek out some of these courses that are online and some of these modules and go and learn a little bit more about mental health and wellbeing, because we all need to gen up, I think, to be able to support each other and effectively. So all of that is fantastic. Now I'm going to talk about my concern about it. So on paper it's great, £1 billion going into the catch-up programme and a focus on mental health and wellbeing, fantastic. So when we come back in September, it'll be all guns blazing. Let's focus on mental health and wellbeing. Let's make sure everyone's okay, and let's get these children caught up. But then after how long is it that mental health and wellbeing of everyone, teachers, senior leaders, families and children, after how long will mental health and wellbeing go to the back of the queue again? Because the education system is still results based. Schools are judged on the results that they produce. So my concern is that as time moves on and pressures increase because there's been so much money pumped into the catch-up programme, they're going to expect results, which there's an argument to say, well, there should be. If there's more money and more resource getting pumped into education, then the results should be there to show. But it's not always as clear cut as that, as those who work, like yourselves, on the front line know. It's not as clear cut as that at all. So this is where I want to help. So working at 𝐒𝐞𝐧𝐢 Primary, we developed systems and strategies and structures within the school that supports mental health and wellbeing for all. Ofsted came in last year, inspected us, rated us outstanding in that department, which was fantastic. Then we got given the opportunity to go and outreach to other schools and start supporting other schools with their mental health and wellbeing approaches and strategies, which has been fantastic as well, because we're starting to see, or we were before lockdown, starting to see changes happening. What my mission is now is to continue that in September. I want to get into as many schools as I can to support mental health and wellbeing structures and strategies to ensure that mental health and wellbeing doesn't go to the back of the queue. I don't just do it on my own. I've got a network of people around me who are all like-minded, who also have systems and strategies and structures, and we use like a multiple pronged attack, if you like, to support the mental health and wellbeing for teachers, senior leaders, families and children in school. Because we know how easy it is for mental health and wellbeing just to dissipate, that focus to dissipate, because everyone is focused on the academic progress, which is what teachers are there to do. You know, that's what they're employed to do. They're employed to create academic progress in children, and as a teacher you go into the classroom and you know what you should be doing to support mental health and wellbeing in the classroom, but sometimes you become so waylaid with with the results and the progress of all of the children that you have to teach, then the mental health and well-being does go to the back of the queue, not just for the children, but for you as a teacher. So we've got to look at that, and we've got to make sure that strategies are embedded into the culture of the school to make sure that everyone's okay, and to make sure that we know how to support each other, and so that we know what to do when people are struggling. So after the initial work with Lisa, I'm going to work with other schools during lockdown. I've created a website which is www.jcwellbeingsupport.co.uk. I think I've got that right. I'll put it in the blurb anyway. That it says a bit more about what we do, a bit more about how we support schools and families. So go and have a look and have a little read through. There's enough information there to give you a glimpse of what we do. But then please do get in touch with me, and we'll organise a meeting just to sit down and chat, and we'll look at what you're already doing, because there's so many fantastic things already happening in schools. Sometimes it's about tweaking, and it's about going, okay, well that's working and that's working. How can we manoeuvre things to make it work more efficiently, and how can we add to it? How can we add, and how can we make this mental health and wellbeing approach more of a whole school approach? So, like I say, I know there's a lot of fantastic things going on in schools already, but I know I can add to that. I know that I can add to what you've already got in your armoury. And I know that there will be some mental health and wellbeing leads who have sort of been handed it and are going, oh, what do we do with this then? So give me a shout and we can have a chat. So check out the website, get in touch. If you've got any questions, if you want to organise a meet and a chat, I'm more than happy to do so. So hope that's been helpful. Hope to give you a little bit of food for thought, and hasn't been too political. It's hard making this video without going too far into politics and my opinions. It's about take 3 million as well. Trying to make this video, at first I was making it while I was cooking, but it looked more like a can't cook, won't cook video than this sort of video. So I hope it's been useful. Get in touch and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.